All right.
go.
There we go. What's up, Coach Bri?
What's going on, Big Mo? What's up? How are you?
Listen, I'm doing good. I'm doing good since we had a busy last couple weeks. And
Yes.
since we've come back, it's like really hit the ground running and been super busy, just like following up on connections. Because you know how it's like you go to events and everything and you see all these people and then you never follow back up. Right. So just making sure that we're able to connect with everybody and making sure that all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. But it's been a good time over the last couple weeks. We hit Austin and Vegas, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
with funding and just making sure that we're able to bless the businesses out here. So, it's been a good time, Bree. It's been a good time. What about you? What you been up to?
You already know, working, the same thing every single day. We just out here grinding, out here helping people get money, getting their business funded. This has been a delight to just help so many people. We out here using OPM, so we
What's
got to make it
OPM,
happen.
Bree?
Other people money, of course. So I'm excited to be here just to be able to share everything that we got going,
Mhm.
and to be able just to give back to the community and help people just understand like what this is doing for your business, for your community, and let's make it happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's like it's one reason why I wanted to do this is because we have a lot of family and a lot of friends and a lot of people that we grew up with that know us. That sometimes it's like people are embarrassed to talk about finances, right? People
Mhm.
are embarrassed to talk about um, where they are right now,
Yeah,
and it's because it's a huge amount of comparison going on. So when you have a huge amount of comparison going on, the problem is everybody's comparing each other. So
facts.
it's, you're wanting to do the thing that the next person did and you want to do it how they did it and it's not going to turn out like that. But what you don't understand is half the time it didn't turn out right for them to start with either. You know, so so just, being able to be around and we've opened up the floor for everyone to be able to ask questions and we've opened our communities for everyone to be able to ask questions and just make sure that they're able to get funded. Just because it's so much money out here right now. Like it's so much money out here right now. And I want all of us to get it, all of us to get it. So, but like what I want to do first though, Bree, all right,
What's
tell everybody why they should be listening to you.
I mean, come on now. It's just the obvious. We out here making money. We out here helping people get their businesses funded. I mean, we've been in the game for a long time. I've been in the game 15 years this
Oh,
month.
that's right. You have an anniversary that you're celebrating, right?
Yes, 15 years
Congratulations.
credit repair and restoration business. So I'm super
Congratulations.
excited just to continue to just pour back. I have gotten to work with just amazing business owners, big and small, people who have had the opportunity to use their funds to help them continue to grow. So I'm just all excited, just to be able to share and just continue to give back. And I'm just like, it's time for us to play the long game. We always want to play the short
Yeah.
game, right?
Yeah.
We always want to just hit it and quit it. We just always want to have the microwave, easy, quick fix. So it's like, how do we start leveraging our people to be able to play the long game? So I'm here to encourage people not only to use other people's money, but just to be able to just to grow their business, think outside the box, think of ways to continue to grow. So that's what I'm here for. What you here for, Mo? What you want to know? Tell the people about you.
So first, it's like what you were saying with um just another way of living, right? We were taught, and most of us were taught in survival mode, right? So it's about us first learning a new way to speak to ourselves, learning a new way to figure out how to do things other than I'm doing things just because I have to, right? Because that's what we always done. That's what my parents did. That's what their parents did, right? That's what your parents did. That's what their parents did, right? And we were always taught to just survive.
Yeah.
And with that type of mindset, and granted, I'll always say my parents and my grandparents did the best they could with what they had. And I
Yes.
wholeheartedly believe that. I wholeheartedly believe that. They didn't know though. And it's like now we have the opportunity to encourage a whole lot of people with the influence that you have, with the influence that I have. We have a whole lot of people who want to see each other win, right? So
Mhm.
it's just about building another mentality, and also not even just getting the money. How do we keep this money? Because I've talked to people who make multiple six figures per year who can't pay $500 for something, right? But I've also
Check.
spoken to people who made 20,000 a year who are able to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
So it's a matter of how much money can you keep? How much money are you able to really put aside or really strategize so you can grow it into more money? But the thing that they didn't teach us is how to use other people's money to do it. So that's where we coming in. But where Bree asked, like, why should you listen to me? I've been in sales and marketing for a little over 20 years now, right? A little over 20 years, and been in the financial industry for almost 10 years. So it feels good, right? It feels good to have helped so many people. So you're talking about over 4,000 people between like credit, student loans, and anything in that financial realm, like saving money, stopping you from garnishments, those type of things, child supports, those type of things. So that's what we've been working with, right? But here tonight, we're going to talk about business funding and how to use other people's money. So, first, what we're going to do is explain the difference between personal guarantees and non personal guarantees. But hold on. Who here has a business that they need some money for? Just raise your hand.
Y'all drop it in the chat. If
You got
you
a business.
need some
Okay.
money,
I see you.
take your
Samantha, I
business.
see you. Kenny, I see that finger trying to go up.
You see the
There
finger
we
candy, you over there typing something. He like, y'all can see me?
go.
We can see y'all.
Kenny said, "Me, yeah, me, right?" I
I
see
need
the
some
Inspire agency says, me. We need money, right? We need money." And I'll always say, look, the bank, you're gonna run out of money before the bank does, right? So we
yes.
need to use the bank's money because what is the bank using? Our money to make more money. So we need to utilize those tactics. But let's set the expectation for us, Bree.
So set the expectation of why they need to be here, what they need, what
Yeah,
they
what
can
are
expect,
today's goals?
right?
Yeah, what are today's goals?
So while you're in funding, you get to expect people who are going to be here for you, right? So the one thing about funding, I think that people get nervous about is they feel like a number in the system. They always feel that when they come in, I'm just going to be somebody who filled out an application. My application is going to go where it needs to go, and I'm going to hear something or not hear something. The difference between our organization and a lot of other funding organizations is me and Mo, we in it. We in it to win it with you. We want to see you succeed. We want to see you get that prize. We want to see that smile at the end of the rainbow, right? We want to see you get the funding that you need in order to be successful. So our whole goal is to walk you through it step by step, give you the opportunity to be able to make the money, to give you the opportunity to come up with a plan. We're big on strategizing the plan out. We don't want you to blow through money. We don't want you to be like, Bri, I need funding in another year, unless you need funding in another year, okay? We want you to be able to succeed. So in our program, we give you a step-by-step strategy of what you're going to expect, what you're going to need. Everything is straight to the point, straight to the fact. Like you're not going to not know what's going on ever. And that's our hope here. We want to help you to be the most successful person that you can be within this organization and with your business.
Yep. And as far as like any questions that you're going to have, we're going to be able to answer your questions as well. So, and provide you with that level of support just because we want to make sure that you leave here with actionable steps on what you need to do.
Yes.
So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the difference between personal guarantor funding, which is PG funding, and non-personal guarantee funding, which is non-PG funding, right? So PG funding and non-PG. So if you wanted to write that down. PG funding and non-PG funding, right? Those are going to be the two things that we talk about. Um, the but the thing is, it's like you're going to need them both in different situations. So you're talking about the difference in how far you want to protect yourself, the difference in between you want to use, like if your credit is already good, if you have good credit and you just don't want to use your information for it, That's a
Mhm.
legal way to get funding. But we're going to explore all of those options and really just go into like why we should be using other people's money to get funding. So let's explain other people's money. So other people's money is like money from the banks, right? Money from private lenders, credit cards, loans, but lines of credit. But you're talking about all of this at a really low interest because you're using either your business backing or your personal credit status. So all of these points of interest are going to be at a lower interest rate than they normally would, say, if you're going in the bank and saying, "Hey, I want $50,000 and your credit score is 500." It's not going to happen, right? It's not going to happen. But if you have a 500 credit score and you have a business that's built out correctly, you can go into a bank and say, "Hey, I want $50,000," and it'll happen for you, right? So, and it'll be at a decent interest rate. It'll be where you are able to borrow upon it, so you're only paying back what you're using, right? So, just making sure that we understand the differences, making sure that we're able to use each one strategically, and just go from there. So Bree, what's
What's
the
that?
name of our method that we use?
We call it the gas method.
The gas method. The
Method.
gas method.
What's the gas method, Mo?
All right, the gas method is first. G, we're gonna get qualified.
Yes.
Get qualified. The A is we're going to apply. We're going to apply. And the S is going to be strategize.
Yes.
So get qualified, apply, and strategize. But let me get into what each of these means, right?
Yes.
Get qualified. Are you going to use a personal guarantee or a non-personal guarantee? Right? Knowing, like, going into this, understand that you can have both and you can qualify for both. Okay. But also just understanding where you are standing as far as like your credit. I need you to know how important knowing what your credit score is. Okay.
Yes.
So if you don't know what your credit score is right now, the first thing you should do right after this live, is you should go to the DM of one of us, right? Go to our DM, say, "Hey, I need to get my credit score." Don't tell me you've been looking at Credit Karma because it's a marketing app. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me Credit Karma because they will sell you a house with a 4.4 credit score,
I'm trying to tell
right?
you.
Listen. So if you don't know your credit score, get with us so that you can get your credit score. And then if your credit is not where you want to be, we can strategize around that. Okay. So it doesn't disqualify you just because you have bad credit today. For one, doesn't mean you're not going to be eligible for funding because you are.
Yes.
Okay. You are. You are eligible for funding. Okay. The second thing, apply. This is where we collect your documents. This is where, if you do not have a business already, we build your business for you, meaning that you can actually come into the program and not have a business. I'm going to say that again because I don't think nobody got excited enough.
Come on now.
You can come into the program,
Yes.
not have a business, and we
Mm-hmm.
set you up for business funding. This means we do a complete business build out for you.
So you ain't gotta have nothing, Mo?
You got to have nothing. You
Nothing.
got to bring your wheel. Okay. Bring your wheel because I'm going to give you some stuff to do. Coach Bri is going to give you some stuff to do. And we're going to get to it. Like, we're not wasting time over here. We want you to get your bag.
Yeah.
Right. And we want you to go ahead and get your bag. We want to go ahead and apply for these things for you so that you can go ahead and figure out how you're going to help your family.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But let me pause right there. So I'm going to go on this help your family thing. Right. There are so many ideas that die in our head.
Yes.
So I'm going to encourage you, if you have some ideas that you want to turn into businesses, they need to be on paper.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact I had millions of dollars in my head, but I forgot.
Because we didn't do nothing with it.
I forgot, right? I didn't
Right.
write it down. You ever had a good idea and then like 2 years later somebody else comes up with it and you're like, "I thought of that, but I didn't do it."
Mm-hmm.
Right? I thought of that. I meant to do it, but I forgot. Right? And we can't depend on our memory to do anything, So it's like asking me what color socks I have on. And I just remember I only have on socks today, like it's been 3,000 degrees outside. But, just understanding that this is just playing a long game. So let me get back to it.
Mhm.
But apply collecting documents or building your business for you. This is where we're establishing your bankability. Bankability, write that down. Bankability. I think I made that word up, but I'm gonna tell you what it is anyway. So I've been going across the country telling people they need bankability, right? Bankability. This is how bankable your business is. And when I
Yes.
say how bankable your business is, meaning how good do you look to the bank? How good is your profile set up,
Mhm.
right? Have you done the due diligence of making sure that you have a professional business address? We're
Yes.
not using your mama's address. Okay.
Your personal address.
We're not
Can't
using
use
that.
it. It ain't
Right.
gonna
We're
work.
not using that. Okay. We're not using your cousin's address. We're not using your cell phone number. Okay. We're using a business line.
Yes.
We're setting that up for you. Right. We are using we're using a personal or business address.
Business address.
We're not using first name at gmail.com. We're not using like mothecloser at gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay. We're using info at kennysbarbershop.com.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're making sure that everything is fully customized to your business so that long, like down the road when you're bankable, this means that the bank will know that you actually took your business serious enough to get professional accounts with it. Okay. So we're doing all the documentation. And then after all that, or after at the end of the apply stage, we're doing your custom funding plan,
Mhm.
right? Your custom funding plan. Everybody's funding sequence is going to be different based on the type of bank relationships that you have. So if you don't have bank relationships, we're going to start with something different for you. If you do have bank relationships, we're going to start applying somewhere around the banks that you already bank with. Now, after we apply for those banks that you already bank with, you know where we want to take you? What's our favorite credit card, Bri?
Amex Business Platinum.
Why is it your favorite
Amex,
credit card, B?
because it's the only card you can spend $1 million a day on.
Okay. And then what else can you do?
You can do a lot of stuff with this card, okay? There's
All right.
rewards. You can toggle it. You can pay stuff over time. It's not going to be a card that, unlike a lot of other traditional cards where you have to pay that whole balance in 30 days, this card gives you benefits to pay stuff over the course of time. And it's a beautiful asset to your wallet and to your business because now you're not stressing about can I afford? It's what can I afford now and how am I going to make it happen?
Yep.
So it's so many beautiful benefits for this Amex Business Platinum card. Look, Samantha said $1 million,
A million. A
$1
million.
million dollars. How
Million.
often, Mo?
Yeah. Every single day.
Every single day.
Every single day.
Every single.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it'll give you in the back, like in the card has a back office. So
Yeah.
and it's an app. You literally tell the app how much you're trying to spend that day,
Mhm.
and it'll tell you yes or no for that day.
Yeah.
Right? It goes up to $1 million.
Mhm.
My mentor, his the highest I've seen is like 770,000. Yes, Samantha, that's something you can get. Yes.
Something you can get.
Yes.
I don't know if Samantha need it, but she over there looking like, whoo. But yes, it is 100% something you can get.
Yes, it's something you can
Everybody
get.
on this call can get, right?
Yeah.
Every single person
Yeah.
on the call, like everything that you need, everything that you desire in life, it's already yours. You just got to know how to strategize to get it, right? So that's all we're about here. We want to help you to open the door to things that you didn't even know that you had access to.
And that's another important point, access, right? Like, um, it's we live in a time now where we don't know how much access we have. You don't know how powerful you are, right? You don't know how powerful you are. And the
Yes.
thing is, it's like people treat you different when you have bad credit. But
Mm,
go in somewhere and you've got a credit card and some good credit and a few dollars that you can actually access through that, it's gonna be a
yes.
game changer, right? It's gonna be a game changer because we can always we can all agree. Like I'm never the let me see. You have everything you need. Oh, yep, that's it. That's it. Here's a strategy, right? I'm never and like everybody on this call. It's like I've been through a lot, right? And y'all have been through a lot. But I'm gonna tell you
Yes.
something. It's like when you have access to capital, I'm not going to say that it's going to solve all your problems, but having access to no capital doesn't solve any problems.
None of your problems, okay?
Nothing. You can't solve nothing.
Not one. I'd rather be the one trying to figure it out than not having it at all.
You can't solve nothing. If you ain't got no money, you just go sit down somewhere because you're like, I ain't got it. So I'm just go sit down, right? So it's
Go have a couple
so
seats. Just go and try and get smile. Let somebody else do
just,
it, okay?
like let somebody else do it. And whoever who got a card, who card we putting this on? How we gonna do this? Right. So, and you don't want to have that conversation, right? You want to be able to bring your share to the table. You want to be
Because guess
able
what, bro?
to what?
You get to be your own bank.
You get to be your own bank because you get to borrow from yourself over and over and over again,
Yeah.
right? This means that let's say you get into, let's do real estate, right? Bree says, Mo, I got a house over here that you can buy for $50,000. It needs $50,000 worth of work, but you can sell it for $200,000. I need $50,000.
$50,000, where you getting it from?
But if I know that I already have a business line of credit or a card that I can swipe, because we use cards that have 0% interest for like 18 months. And then if we're still carrying a balance on that, card, we switch it over to another card because we have good credit and we're gonna get approved for it anyway, right? We switch it over to another card for 0% balance transfers, which means we have 0% interest for another 18 months, right? But we're not taking 18 months to do a deal. So we're going to go ahead and use some of the capital that we already have.
Yes.
We're going to get the deal taken care of. We're going to pay it back. And then we're going to pocket $100,000. That's how that works. Okay. That's how that works. Let's do another. Let's do another one. So with strategy, let's talk about strategize. The S. If we have a funding distribution plan, right? And with the funding distribution plan, what that means is that after you get this money, we're going to make sure you understand what to do with it. Because the last thing that we need is holding money that could possibly draw interest soon, right? We don't need that. We don't want to hold on to money. If we only got 18 months that we've got to use it for it to be interest free, we need to go ahead and flip it so we can make our money back, right? We need to go ahead and get it out of our hands. So we need to have a strategy for it. So we're going to strategize and come up with the best type of solution for you.
And so then what are some strategies that we should be looking at as consumers looking to pull money down from our business? So what can I strategize? How can I make the money work for me to liquidate some of the funds to make it make sense?
Tell us about some of them, Bri.
Who in here, my favorite, who got life insurance? Who has life insurance? Drop it in the comments if you got some life insurance. I don't see nobody finger moving. Where y'all fingers at? I do. Okay, I see somebody. Life insurance.
There we go.
Okay. Life insurance. Okay.
All right.
So life insurance is the only type of account that has compound interest on it. What is compound interest? Does anybody know? Anybody know what compound? Y'all got Google. Y'all got everything accessible to you. Compound interest is what?
It's
interest on top of interest. Okay, let's go. So why would you not have life insurance? Permanent life is my favorite. Whole life is amazing. Because let me just give you a real life example. My children, they have life insurance. I pay $783 a year for them to have life insurance. My daughters might be a little bit more. In 3 years, with $783 a year, the next 3 years, I pay that $783. I now have access to $300,000 of interest-free money. Interest-free money. For paying how many years?
3.
3. So if your money is not working for you, it's just sitting there, right? Everybody says savings accounts. People like savings. I believe that currency is supposed to continue to move, right? I feel like money is supposed to keep being made. Me and Mo, we like making money. So we look at stuff like trading. We like to trade. We want to put some money where money can work for
Y'all
you.
ever heard of Forex?
Forex trader? Y'all know what Forex. I know y'all know what Forex trade.
Foreign
Come on.
exchange. So if you travel, you probably travel and went to another country and the money is
Mhm.
valued differently, right? So when you go somewhere else, it's like your money is either worth more or less than it is in the US. So
Yep.
there's a whole market that's designed around betting on how much, betting on how much this currency is going to be worth at any given time. It's called
Hmm.
Forex, right? It's called Forex. So it's a complex trading system. But the good thing is we've linked up with the professionals in the industry who say, "Hey, we'll trade for you." Okay? We'll
Hmm.
trade for you, right? And just actually, yeah, yes, it's a little bit more risky than say a savings account. But
Hmm.
I'd rather risk a little bit or take a whole lot of risk and get a whole lot of reward, right?
Yes.
So, and it's because your returns, you're getting it in between 10 and 20% per month. So imagine just even putting $10,000 into an account and getting a return of around 10 to 20% per month. That's consistently growing. You take that money, you can put it into real estate, you can put it into life insurance, and then continue to what? Be your own bank, right? That's the goal. That's what we're doing. We're our own bank. Okay. So we want to make sure that we actually get to that point where we have a solid strategy for this money because the last thing we want is for it to sit in our hands.
Hmm.
But after we develop those strategies, we document it and we rinse and repeat, right? So we figure out what's going to work for you and then we rinse and repeat, right? And we
Yeah.
keep doing the same thing over and over again, over and over. We're not reinventing the wheel here. We're not doing anything different. We're not making, we're not like trying something and seeing if it works. We have a tested method to make sure that your funding plan is going to work for you. And if it's something that we need to tweak in the process, then we're going to go ahead and get it done without doing damage to your profile. Okay. And the good thing is, it's like, um, if anybody has any credit cards on here, and let's say you have a $10,000 limit on your personal credit card,
Hmm.
if you use up all $10,000 on your personal credit card, what happens? Your credit score drops because it looks like you're using all the money you have.
Yep. We have no
But
access to nothing else now.
if you're spending $10,000 in your business credit card, it doesn't affect your personal credit. Your business credit is always separate from your personal credit, which means I can spend that same $10,000 in my business credit and it not affect my personal credit. It's some magic in that, right? And the magic is it's like we can go ahead and run out the bag and have like different interests, different investments, different things going at one time. I don't know about y'all, but I like to have a whole lot of irons in the fire, right? Because one week something might be slow, but I need
Yep.
something else to be moving, right? So we're going to keep a few irons in the fire. And I'm not an advocate of doing 20 things at one time, but I am an advocate of making sure that you're able to maneuver around and make sure that you have a steady income per week. Okay. So just want to put that out there, like just using different strategies to make sure that you're always able to um, find your next business, right? Find your next thing within your business. And that doesn't mean like starting another business every 2 weeks. What it means is just finding ways to be intuitive to your business, finding ways to get affiliates, finding ways like I do credit repair and business funding. But inside of that is I help with student loans, I help with credit monitoring. So those are all different avenues, right? If someone needs a funding plan, we help with funding plans. That's a different avenue,
Mhm.
right? You want to draw different avenues within your existing business. Okay. So let's talk about a few things. Like give us the um why we can expect for your your non-PG funding to be essential? And I'm asking you because you're the expert on this.
So, what is non PG funding, right? So, non PG is non personal guarantee business credit that basically says you are not attached to the business funding at all, right? That means you're a separate entity, and your business now has its own status for funding, right? So you and your business are totally separate, which is a beautiful thing. Why? Because if your business goes bankrupt today, baby, you good, you all right, you safe, you ain't got no worries, and you don't have to worry about them coming after you because you can what there's a lot of things. We all know Trump filing bankruptcy on everything. Okay. You can file bankruptcy on that business and be free and clear and move on about your life. Because as we already know, Mo, how many EINs can you get in a year?
One a day. And
One.
I see Bash on the call. One a
Oh,
day.
he got Bash on the call, but one a day. Shout out to Bash with the information.
One
One
a day.
a day. Because with one a day for business, with the EIN being able to get that one a day, guess how many social security numbers you get? You don't get that many, okay? So you don't get to do that like that. So you can mess up your personal credit, and it takes how long? Forever, right? Sometimes to clean it up. But with the EIN, it's just like a rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So if you mess up, you can always restart. You can always try again. You can always get it together on the next try. So it's no reason why you would not be able to go back and open another business, open another business the next day and the next day and the next day. So why non-PG business funding? Why I love non-PG business funding is because it's financial independence. You and your business are separated. You don't have to worry about your finances being mixed in with your business finances. It empowers businesses to grow independently of the owner's personal credit status. So your business is continuously growing with or without you doing anything for that business, correct? It gives you credibility and trust. So now your business stands on its own. You're not attached to that business. So that when they go and run your business information. So like for me, and there's people on this call who know me personally, so they already know my car, my this, my that is in my business name. So I'm not worried about if or oh, sorry, I can't even talk, y'all. I'm not worried about if I today can't pay this car note because it's not going to affect my personal credit. I'm not going to go down with this car note if I default on this car note. I don't want to default on it because I love my car, but I don't have to worry about that because it's not attached to me. And now, guess what? My credit is also staying clear and free from it. It builds a strong financial foundation, enhancing credibility in suppliers and partners and investors. People now trust your business. When your business can stand on its own, when I can say, here's affluent culture and affluent culture can stand on its own, guess what? The company now trusts me more. The best feeling I ever had in the world is when I went into that car dealership and they ain't asking for no social security number. They ain't asking for no income statements. They ain't asking for nothing. They like, oh, your score is where it needs to be. Sign these papers. You ain't got no down payment. You ain't got nothing because my business was able to stand on its own because I had the credibility from the amazing choices I made to build it, and I was able to be financially free from that. So I don't know about anybody else on this call, but I can only imagine, right, how it would feel to you to be able to walk into a dealership today and not have to pay a down payment. Who had to pay a down payment on that car before? Anybody? Y'all had to pay some down payments?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you
I
ain't
remember
really
one time. Listen, let me tell you, my credit was so bad one time that listen. So I went and got my dad to co-sign, and the lady asked my dad, like, "Are you sure you wanna co-sign with her?" That's how bad my credit was, right? I'm like, "Lady, mind your business." Like, but then the whole thing was, just saying like, "Hey, okay, Mo, you're gonna need like" the car was like $20,000. You need like $7,000 down. And I'm like, "Oh damn, I could have just bought another car. Like, I could have went to the buy here, pay here and bought a car. Y'all tripping." So but everybody's been in that predicament at some point or another where they're saying you got to have a down payment for this car that you want, because they already showed you the one that you want, right? They showed you the one with the leather. They showed you the one with the 3 sunroofs. They showed you the one with the 22-inch tires. Like, they showed you the one with the V8. They showed you the one that had the extra row of seats. But then they say, well, this the one you approved for.
Mm.
The one you got to manually roll down the windows, don't come with floor mats. You might get AC, like y'all know I ain't lying. Like, they show you, you leave and you ain't happy with that car. You like, man, but all right, I get something, because we used to having what we say, from point A to point
To
B,
point B. I know y'all
right?
tired of point A to point B, because I know I
I was
was. I was like,
sick
I don't
of
want to
it.
go.
But we had to do it, right? Because we were doing what? We were surviving, right? We were surviving. So they told us we had to get that car from point A to point B, and we're looking at it like, well, it ain't that bad. It almost looked like the one that I wanted to get. So it ain't got the 22-inch rims on it or the 22-inch wheels. So I'm gonna just go to rent and roll. And on top of this high ass car payment that I'm paying twice as much for, I'm just gonna rent me some rims, and it'll look all right. It's cool. I'm gonna go get the windows tinted. You just making up stuff, right?
Sound good.
So yeah. And Inspire Agency said, ain't nobody think about that we also have to get to point C, which is
True.
being tired of that, right? Where we got to that place and we were like, you know what? I don't even like this car. And I'm paying way too much for it. And
And
I
then
don't
you
want to do
paying
that no
every
more.
2 weeks. You paying every
And be
2
paying
weeks.
every
They
2 weeks.
You can't keep up.
Listen, so it's like I'm working with someone now, and they just left the dealership, and when I'm looking up her profile, and I'm like, oh yeah, I see that you've had your car for 3 months and your car payment is $846. I'm like, what do you drive for $846 a month?
Mm.
She told me a Kia. Wait, your Kia's an action Kia? Wait, a Kia for $846? What kind of Kia this is? Your kid got a Benz logo or something, right?
You gotta have it. Some.
846, right?
It better
So,
drive
but it's
itself.
yes, yes, and it's like turbo Kia, yeah, turbo Kia. Like, what kind of Kia? 846. Like, okay, and then that was a matter of that was the point right there. We got to the end of the call, and I'm like, look, all right, well, whatever you're gonna do, it's gonna be cheaper than paying that 846 car note for a
I'd rather rent a
$25,000
car.
car.
I'd rather rent a car. I could probably get a nicer
Man,
car. I could get a nicer car for cheaper, but I could
man,
bring it back anytime.
like,
So I can
it
keep
was a
changing
trip.
it out and
It
get a
was a
new car
trip.
every day. Okay.
It was a trip. But yeah, not that right there. But either way. So yeah, I appreciate that. But there's the
say
other side of
you
this,
don't want to
right?
do that.
There's the other side of this. There's the side of this where um you can get vehicles or lines of credit or you're bankable just off of your personal guarantee. Now, write
Yes.
this down right here. In order to get qualified using a personal guarantee, you're going to need a
Mm-hmm.
few things. You're going to need a 680 credit score. You're going to need to have no derogatory marks on your credit.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need generally it's less than 30%, but 30% is regular. And that's
Yep.
what regular people do. We like 20%, less than 20% utilization on your credit card. So if you have a $1,000 credit card, you are not using any more than $200 of it. Okay. You have at least 5 years of credit history and less than 2 inquiries per bureau. Now, also something in there is where you have 2 credit cards that are at least $2,500 each. Right? 2 credit cards, at least $2,500 each. You can bypass that if you have a long-standing car loan or a long-standing mortgage. Okay? If you have a mortgage at all, you can bypass that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why now, I like non-PG, right? I like non-PG because it keeps your business out of the streets, right? But I like PG because you can literally be funded in 72 hours.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that again. You can literally be funded in 72 hours. So that $1 million card that Samantha wants with the profile that I just was talking about, you're eligible for that card.
Yeah.
Okay. You're eligible for that card. So what that means is that if we apply for it today, the card will get to you within the next 1 to 2 business days.
Yes.
It comes in a nice gold box.
So pretty.
It comes in like it's all wrapped up and everything. It's all dolled up. Yeah,
Really,
they give it to you. They
they
give
make
it to you. It
they
comes.
make you want that card.
It ships it priority and everything.
It's all heavy.
Right.
It just feel exclusive.
Um, and then from that, like, let me tell you something about applying for American Express
Come
using
on.
your personal guarantee. They don't give you another inquiry. Okay. So once you are in the Amex family, they don't give you another inquiry. Right. So you can go ahead and apply. And if they deny you, they tell you why. Right.
Exactly why.
They tell you why. You go fix what they tell you to fix, and then you come back and you apply again. Right. Or you call the reconsideration line. And we'll talk about that on another call, like the reconsideration line.
Yes.
Right. Because I've done some magic on the reconsideration line. I be getting mad. Y'all just get me. But I need a build out though, right? I can't get it now. Yeah. Get a build out first.
Yeah, first.
Get a build out first. Yep. It's okay.
So
It's okay.
everything that we
That
say,
means
everything that we say, you do have to have certain things in place to be able to qualify, whether it's PG or non-PG. You have to have those key qualifying pieces. You got to have that business address, that business phone number, that business email. You got to know what's going on here. You got to know. And the one thing I always tell people, like, you got to have a plan, right? Like, don't get this money and not have a plan. That's why that strategized piece is so crucial within our process, because if you don't have a plan, you are going to find yourself in financial ruin. You don't want to put yourself in a bad situation that will hurt you longevity. So make a plan. Have something going on, y'all, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you know what you need to be able to be successful. So yes, and then with that PG she's talking about, you do need to have those key features, that 680, 0 derogatories. But the thing about it is, y'all are in a one-stop shop. You ain't got to go to 50 different places to build your credit. You ain't got to go somewhere else to get funded. We do it all. We help you. We walk you through it. You know exactly what's going on. So it's not like you have to go to 16 different people to get this information. We have some of the very, very best credit repair people. We have some of the very, very best funders. The one thing that I love about me and Mo, we making connections. We ain't out here just hoping and wishing for a lead or hoping or wishing for a funder. We know the funders. We're going to go talk to them directly. Hey, I got a client. What's up? We need to get them some money. So you don't have to worry about, like, am I going to get approved? No, we going to make sure you get approved so that we can help you continue to keep in funding your business. But the one thing, Mo, that I think that they don't know about the PG and non-PG funding is what? That they can do it all together.
They can do it together.
You can do it together all at the same time.
So your first round of non-PG, you're going to be eligible for close to 6 figures in assets, credit, business lines of credit, things like that. Your first round of PG funding, you're going to be eligible to close to 6 figures as well, right? Just coming out the gate. A brand new LLC that you start yesterday that is structured correctly is eligible for at least $50,000
minimum.
That's structured correctly. Yes.
But it's important of the word structured correctly.
Right. And that's that word I made up, bankability. Somebody look that up for me and see, is that a word? So I can stop saying it if it's not.
We gonna claim it. It's our word, bankability.
Somebody tell me. Yeah, if it's a word or not. I know Inspire Agency is gonna let me know whether it's a word or not later. So
You won't stop, can't
so
stop.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, but um those are the two reasons why it's like we want you to get both, right? And it's because you're eligible for both sides. Why not take advantage of it? There are going to be some realms of funding that are going to be more advantage to you. Like it's a bigger advantage to you for you to get funded through your personal guarantee,
Mhm.
right? But there's also going to be something um there's some clout in not using your personal information, right? It's a whole lot of clout in that, right? What did Inspire say? Meaning of bankability in English and ability to make money. His bankability as a pop star decreased as he got older. Bankability has become of overriding importance in both movies and sports. So it didn't even have anything to do with money.
Well, we gonna cake it anyway.
The ability to make money. Okay, the ability to make
It
money.
said to make money.
Yeah,
We
the
gonna go with
ability
it.
to make
We
money.
gonna
I
go with it.
appreciate that. Thank you. The bankability. But yeah, we just want you to have like options for um both. So, the huge question is how can we help?
Yeah.
So, number 1, we are able to build you a credit assessment and full strategy out that's customized to you. Your funding plan is not going to match the funding plan to the person that's in the box next to you,
Yes.
right? We're able to customize that just for you. And it's because, like I said, you have different relationships, right? You have different relationships that you've already built. You have a different profile. You're in different states. Some states are more lenient in funding than others,
Mhm.
right? Some states are better to open up businesses than others, you know? So we go over all that for you if you don't already have your LLC.
Mhm.
The second thing we're going to be able to do is build out your credit profile, right? Because above all, we want you to have a good credit profile. Whether you decide to use non PG, whether you decide to use PG funding or not, we want you to have an A1 credit profile so that nobody can tell you no, right? I don't know about y'all, but I don't like asking for permission.
Mm-mm.
I just be doing stuff. So when something stops me from just doing the stuff that I just want to do, then I get kind of mad. So I don't want that in my life, right? I don't want that for me. I don't want that for you, right? We're going to stop people from telling us no. We're going to stop having to be qualified and be the qualifier,
Yes.
right? We're going to stop being the borrower and be the lender. Okay. So it's like you're just making sure that you have a solid way to make sure that you ain't got to ask nobody for nothing, right? Because
Nothing.
I don't know if y'all ever had to ask somebody for a favor, but that $20 that you need from your partner, they had it if you had asked them an hour ago, right? That money that you needed to borrow somebody, oh, you should have asked me yesterday. I would have had your back on it. Everybody just had the money the other day. I just had it the other day. If you had just asked me a little bit earlier, you know? But we don't want to be put in that situation anymore. And we're not. We are now in a time where we're able to not only get funded, but get you funded to make sure that you have choices, right? We have options. So whether it's a project, you want to implement it by credit worthy yeah, I like this. There we go. So you want a credit worthy entity. So you want people to treat you differently. And if you
Mhm.
want someone to treat you differently, come at them different, right? Come at them as a business instead of just the regular person that they've known before. Right. Come at the person that they gotta get requalified to know you. Right. So it's a pleasure to know you. Let them know it's a pleasure to know you. You ain't need that $20 no more. Right. I don't know about y'all, but I got something to prove, not even to anybody else, but to me.
So yeah.
Because one time I ain't had two nickels to rub together. So it's like once you get tired of not having options, you're gonna do something different.
Mhm.
And the interesting thing is nothing changes until you change. Nothing changes until the situations that you're making or the situation that you are in, you decide that you're gonna change them. What's the old saying they told us when we was little? If we always do, we always did, we're gonna always get what we always got.
Come on, somebody.
You know, so it's just about like really taking a chance on yourself and
Yeah.
really deciding if this is the life you want. Because I'm gonna tell you, once you step into the world of being financially independent, it's addictive.
Yes.
Once you get access to $10,000 in credit, it's addictive. Once you're able to put your business name on something and qualify, it's addictive, right? So it's like, I don't know how many of y'all had tattoos. I love them, but it's addictive. You got them? You got them, Samantha? It's addictive, right? You like how it felt. You like how it felt. I like how it feels to be told yes.
Yes.
I like how it sounds to say approved. I like how it is when they say, yes, Miss Allen,
Mhm.
right? It's different. It's different. It has a different ring to it. So we want you to have that very same experience. And it's just because you deserve that, right? I don't know if anybody told you or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, like, you deserve that. You
Abs
deserve to you deserve to have options. You
Mhm.
deserve to treat yourself. You deserve to have rewards. You deserve to have good credit. You deserve to drive the car you want, not the car they told you had to get. Right? You
Mhm.
deserve to live in the place that you want to live in, not the place they told you that you had to live in. Right? You deserve that. Okay? So, I don't know if nobody told you, but make sure you tell yourself that every day. I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I
So,
deserve it.
but last but not least is we build those relationships for you
Yeah.
and we stop you from having to do it. Like that's what we do. We connect with people. We connect with people that's going to be able to move money around. When I'm having conversations with colleagues, one of the first things I'm saying is, "Hey, what can you do for my clients?" If me and you having a conversation, you got to be able to do something for my clients. Like
We're
if you
wasting
in business,
time.
my clients in business, like I don't know what you like. Would you? I don't know what kind of conversation we having if you can't help my clients, right?
Mhm.
What can you do for them? So it's a matter of just making sure that you have someone to build those relationships with, someone trusted partners, right? And just a mentorship to say, hey, you know what? I just got access to $100,000. I'm not sure what to do with it. So, okay, let's come up with a money making plan, right? So, and it's because we all got things we got to take care of. I don't have kids, but I have shoes, right? So, and I don't know. I always need another pair, right? I always need another
She
pair.
don't. She don't, but she thinks she do.
I always
Mhm.
need another pair. But it's like, this is perfect here. Claim having access to what you need is your birthright. Okay. So
Hey, kind
yeah,
of.
I like that. I
We
like
like
that.
that.
So
We
claim
see
like
you.
somebody listen, I want y'all to write this down, right? I want y'all to write down access.
Access.
Access. Access. There is a difference in you gotta figure out. You gotta figure it out. Oh yeah, I was just reminded that I do have 2 kids. I got 2 cats. Y'all, I'm not even a cat person, but these 2 cats, they got my heart. Like, these 2 little jokers. Yeah,
We do got two
they son.
kids.
Yeah, I got 2 kids. But access, okay?
Mhm.
Make sure that you put that word somewhere that you're gonna be able to see it every single day. You
Single day.
deserve access. Access is your birthright,
Yes.
okay? Access is your birthright. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you don't belong where you wanna go.
Yes.
Because believe it or not, people are talking about you and wanting you in places that your feet have never been,
Mhm.
right? People want you in rooms, they just waiting on you to do something a little different. People wanna give you a chance, they just waiting to you for you to give you a chance. People waiting for that idea that you were talking about. They're waiting on you to bless the world with that idea. They're waiting on you to get it out of your head. They're waiting on you to write it down. They're waiting on you to come up with a plan. They're wanting to go in business with you. They're waiting on you to fix your credit. They want to do something with you. They want to make sure that you're gonna be able to handle it once you get a hold to it, right? I don't know about y'all. I don't know what your religion it is, but I do believe that God only gives me what I can handle,
Yes.
right? Until I show that I'm a good steward of what I already have, I ain't getting nothing else. So I got to be a good steward of what I got right now if I want something else,
Stop praying for what you ain't ready for.
So like start praying to be able to handle what you
To
already have,
handle what you got.
okay, and
Yeah.
then move on from there. because once you get it, you got to know what to do with it. Okay.
You got to.
So,
I just gotta say
but
one thing, y'all. Just
yeah,
one thing. So I know that on this call, you may have came just to hear about the funding plan, right? You want to know information about it, and we gave you it, right? But to have access to me and Mo is life changing, because not only do you have somebody who cares about helping you fund your business, we here for the long run. So we offer that ongoing support. We offer that ongoing mentorship. We want you to be successful in your business. We ain't gonna just pump you full of let's get this, let's get that. We want to make sure that you're structured correctly. We want to make sure that you have access. Access is everything, y'all. I could not imagine not be having access, because there's so many times we in life where we just fall bad on our luck, right? Something just doesn't work out. But I just am so blessed and grateful to know that it don't even matter what happened. I'm good. To know that you are good is life changing. To know that, guess what? My check was a little bit short this month, but I know I got $100,000 over here that I can pull from if I need something, is life changing. So if you want to take this journey with us, if you want to go on this walk with us, I encourage you guys to get started today. Stop using that excuse of I'm gonna start tomorrow. I'm gonna start tomorrow. I'm gonna start tomorrow, because tomorrow may not ever come. Well, it might come, but you still ain't gonna be started. So I just say today's the day, right? Not tomorrow. Today's the day. So we are super grateful for you guys. We want to open up the space for questions and answers, Q&A. So if y'all have any questions about anything we talked about today, come on with it. We ready. Is there questions? Let me go over here.
she said, "Stop saying that I'm not a cat person. They can hear me. It'll terrorize me later."
They gonna come find you, Mo.
They ain't got a little far. So, all
Any
right. I
questions?
think I think it was some good questions in the chat earlier. So I think everybody
Oh,
got their questions off. Well, look, I'm gonna invite you to I just dropped in where
I'm
you can
all in.
apply at 100kfunding.net, 100kfunding.net. Go ahead and put your application in there.
Yeah.
And then if you put your application in there, Bria is gonna reach out to you. I have no questions now, but I'm ready. Hey, Samantha.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sure.
I love
Who
it. I
else
love
ready?
it.
Y'all ready? Who else
I love
ready?
it. Kenny
Ken said,
said, I'm all in. I
who
love it.
else ready?
I love it. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. Like, um, y'all
We do.
ever had, y'all ever made a decision and it was the wrong decision,
Mm-hmm.
right? But have you ever made a decision it was the right decision and you're like, I'm glad I did that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's because you made a decision. Because even your bad decisions, you still proud of yourself because you actually made a decision.
Mm-hmm.
You decided, right? You decided. So my so yes. And then also make sure when you when you apply, all your friends and family, because I believe in legacy, right? I believe
Yes.
in legacy. I believe we need to move as a unit, right? Make sure that all your friends and family know about it. They know what you're doing, right? Because a whole lot of people are going to say, "Oh, well, I'm gonna wait for you to go through it first. I'm gonna wait for you to get some money first." Well, it's too late because if I got the money before you, we can't do a deal together,
Come on.
right? I'm already flipping my bread, and you still sitting there looking silly.
You still
No,
waiting.
right? But we do have a referral program,
We
right? We
do.
do have a referral program. So if and the way that works is if you refer someone and they get funded, you get a kickback, right?
So you get
Literally.
money for just telling somebody about it.
For telling somebody else how to get
We
money.
are
You're
not
getting money for telling
gatekeepers,
somebody else
y'all.
how to get
We
money,
are not
right?
gatekeepers. We want everybody to be in on this.
So,
This is
um,
5 acres
it's
for
like
you,
the
okay?
easiest money ever. So, and it's money that you don't have to pay back, right? That's just money that
Yes.
comes from us. Just say thank you for helping somebody else out.
Yeah.
But we're gonna wrap this up, right? I'm glad that everyone dropped in. I'm glad
Hey,
that
Michael, we see
you know
you. What's going
I
on,
know
Mike?
Mike pulled up on us. Mike pulled up. So I'm
Dash
glad
pulled
that
up.
Y'all dropped in. Yep, badge pulled up. Who is Simply Beautiful?
I don't. Hi,
Who
Simply
is that?
Beautiful. We don't know what's your name.
Who is that?
Hey. I don't know. They just
I
pulled
don't
up
know.
to the show.
Maybe they're dropping in the
Pulled
chat.
up to the
But
spot.
appreciate you for being here. Um, Definitely, I appreciate seeing my better half in here, Jazz, the Inspire
That's good.
Agency. So just really thankful for the community that we've built here and thankful for the support that we have that allows us to move about so in a way so that we're able to help everybody else. So just really appreciate that. But yeah, y'all go ahead and apply tonight and we'll get the messages and you'll get the messages, right? Because if nothing else, our automation works, right?
Come on.
Our automation is going to automate. Okay.
Mhm.
And it's going to let you know, it's going to go ahead and tell you to expect a call and you'll get a
Yes.
call from one or both of us tomorrow, right? So we look forward to seeing exactly what you got going on, coming up with a strategy for you, and then we'll go from there, right? So we're gonna reserve everybody who actually follows the link for tonight is not going to get either of our assistants. They're actually going to get our direct attention. So we're going to reserve that. So just make sure that you go ahead and handle that. And we out of here.
We appreciate y'all. Thanks for stopping
All right.
in. Have a good
Y'all
night.
have a good night. Y'all stay cool out there and hydrated.